much for subscribing to this channel and for watching us. And once again, welcome to this channel where we spread love and positive vibes. Guys, we really value you. We don't take you for granted. And once again, I thank you so much. By the way, guys, I was looking at the kind of people that were coming to Jamaica during the festive season, and I think I shot a video of the economic boom that Jamaica experienced. And this prompted me to look at the economic status of Jamaica. And I realized Jamaica is slowly and secretly becoming an economic superpower. And you can ask me, Lam, why are you saying that? Why are you saying that? And because Jamaicans actually talks about the problems that are facing them, I want to tell you, just like I told you in another video, you Jamaicans, you are blessed. You are absolutely blessed. And I'm going to show you how slowly and secretly Jamaica is becoming an economic superpower globally. First of all, the location of Jamaica gives it a very good advantage in terms of tourism and in terms of trade, business. And first of all, before I go to the point, or rather to what makes Jamaica to slowly grow to be a superpower economically, let me highlight that the GDP of Jamaica is actually facilitated or supported by four what can I call them? Four sectors. It is supported by the tourism sector in Jamaica, and we found that in this festive season, the tourism industry brought a lot of income to Jamaica. It is also supported by agriculture, and I'll come to that later. It's also supported by mining, and I'll venture that later. And it's also supported by insurance. So there are four pillars that contribute to the growth of the GDP in Jamaica: tourism, agriculture, mining, and insurance. And these four pillars have really grown in the past 5 years, and this contributes to the fact that Jamaica with time can transform to be an economic powerhouse. So we have seen that there are four pillars to the contribution of economic growth in Jamaica. We have tourism, which is very growing at a very high rate. And we have agriculture, and Jamaica is really supporting agriculture, and the agricultural produce is increasing day by day. And there is also mining. Remember, we talked about other minerals being discovered in Jamaica, like oil, like gold. So slowly, Jamaica is transforming to be an economic powerhouse. And then, of course, we have insurance. There is a lot of insurance companies in Jamaica that actually contributes to the GDP growth of Jamaica. The other factor is that Jamaica is strategically located to favorite in terms of tourism, in terms of foreign investors, in terms of tourism, or I've mentioned tourism, in terms of foreign investors, and in terms of trade and businesses. First of all, Jamaica is located in the Western Hemisphere, surrounded by great waters of the Caribbean Sea, and it is proximity to 400,000 people who are actually, we can say 4 hours away from Jamaica, 4 hours flight away from Jamaica. It is proximity, it's proximity to United States of America, it's proximity to UK, it's proximity to Canada. So it is surrounded by great nations which are about 4 hours flight away from Jamaica. Actually, when Dimago was in Jamaica, I really came to understand that to go to USA, I think it's 2 hours from Jamaica. So you can see that proximity puts Jamaica at a very, very advantageous position in terms of trading with those countries. So it has a lot of market in terms of trade because of its proximity to the different countries that we have mentioned. Apart from that, it is surrounded by the Caribbean Sea, meaning that goods can be transported through the sea, and they can receive people through the sea, and they can actually export their goods through the sea. So their proximity to the Caribbean Sea makes Jamaica to have an advantage in terms of market. Jamaican produce, which is agriculture, mining, and insurance, can actually get market from north, south of America. It can also get market globally. And therefore, Jamaica faces a lot of advantages in terms of trade and business. It can do a lot of booming business equivalent to bringing finances to, I don't know whether that is correct English. In other words, the trade and business can equally bring finance just like the tourism, because of the proximity of Jamaica to different locations where it can actually market its produce, and it can do business with the countries that are near it. It's located in a very, very strategic location. And you can understand this if you remember the trade that was going on in Port Oreo. Is it Port Oreo? There was a very, very great trade of the pirates in Jamaica. And this trade was facilitated by the fact that Jamaica is very centrally placed for trade. The pirates were doing great business, and there was a lot of money that was actually coming to Jamaica through pirate and through the trade that was going on. And therefore, keeping that in mind, Jamaica is strategically located to actually market its produce and receive goods from the countries that are surrounding it, and therefore enhance the market of its produce. Apart from that, Jamaica can get a lot of foreign investors because of its proximity to all the regions surrounding it. And Jamaica also has done a lot of measures to encourage foreign investors, and therefore Jamaica is well placed to actually grow in terms of economy, in terms of job provision, in terms of all that, and also get the market for its agricultural produce within the country, Jamaica, because of the many tourists that flock Jamaica. So they can grow their produce and actually sell it in the many hotels that are there in Jamaica, and they can also take their produce outside Jamaica because of its proximity to different places in the world. Apart from that, Jamaica happens to be the largest, one of the largest English-speaking country in the Caribbean. This is a great advantage because the people that speak English are the majority all over the world. And therefore, the communication barrier is not there for Jamaica. And therefore, because of that, it can actually host a lot of visitors, increasing the finances that are got from the tourism industry, and therefore increasing its GDP. Because of the fact that they can be able to communicate with the people that come to actually visit the island. So the fact that it is the largest English-speaking country in the Caribbean gives it a lot of advantages in terms of tourism and also in terms of trade. Because you cannot sell goods when you don't know, or rather you cannot communicate with the people that are buying for you. So you need to have a language rapport so that you can be able to do business. And Jamaica has exactly that. because it is the largest English-speaking country in the Caribbean. Apart from that, Jamaica has a lot of advantages. Look at Kingston, which acts as the capital city of Jamaica, or rather it is actually the capital city of Jamaica, and Kingston is the center for culture and trade. And we know very well, Jamaica is known for its culture. Like during these holidays, we found that people were flocking Kingston to attend the Vibes Cartel concert. And the Kingston hotels were packed to capacity. Montego Bay hotels were packed to capacity. This is what we are talking about. Kingston is strategically placed because one, it has the largest harbor in the Caribbean. And therefore it can host a lot of people, and a lot of containers can land in the Kingston harbor because it is very, very near to the capital city of Jamaica. Apart from that, guys, apart from the harbor that is in Kingston, Jamaica has 3 large airports. By the way, I saw Jamaica has 7 airports in total. This is a great shock to me because even Kenya, as big as it is, I think we have how many airports? 4, 5. There is, but the 3 of them are small ones. So the major one is just one, the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Then we have the Wilson Airport that actually has few people. Then we have the Eldoret Airport, a small airstrip actually. And then we have Mombasa, a small airstrip. We have Kisumu, a small airstrip. We have Migori, a small airstrip. And we have Nanyuki, a small airstrips. But Jamaica has 3 major airports. Such a small island with 3 major airports. This puts Jamaica into the world map in terms of economy, in terms of growth, in terms of trade, in terms of business. You can imagine such a small island with 3 international airports. And by the way, these international airports, I found one is a Singster Airport, which is actually the largest airport in Jamaica, in Montego Bay. And then there is Norman Manry International Airport in Kingston. Then there is the Sangster Airport. Then there is the Norman Manry International Airport. And then there is Fleming or Ian Fleming International Airport in Boscobel. Those are the 3 main airports in Jamaica. Maybe there is a 4th one because somewhere else I had seen there are 4 airports, major airports in Jamaica. But there are other 3 which are not major airports. So you can imagine a small island with 3 international airports. Sangster International Airport, Norman Manry International Airport, Ian Fleming International Airport. And therefore these 3 airports puts Jamaica into a very, very great position when it comes to tourism. And we have seen that one of the backbone of the economy of Jamaica is actually tourism. It also places it in a very good position in terms of trade. We have seen that Jamaica grows a lot of agricultural produce. Jamaica also has a lot of mining produce, which we are going to actually mention about later. And then it has the insurance backbone of the economy. So you can see that having 3 major international airports is actually a good advantage to Jamaica, and it can actually help Jamaica to grow its economy to very high level. No wonder when I was looking at the growth of the GDP of Jamaica, I saw that every year there is a positive growth of the economy in Jamaica. I told you when I was starting this video, the reason why I decided to actually look at the economic growth of Jamaica is because I saw that very many people were flocking Jamaica during the festive season, and there was a boom in terms of finances, and therefore this means the economy of Jamaica being supported by tourism is actually doing very, very well. So the strategic position of the airports and the many airports puts Jamaica in a very good position in terms of economic growth. First of all, there is also some, I think last year or the last 2 years, there was expansion of these airports to be able to accommodate more people. So it's not just a small airport, they are large airports. And we have also seen the Kingston Harbour, which is actually the largest harbour in the Caribbean, which is placing Jamaica in a very, very advantageous position in terms of economic growth. Apart from that, Jamaica has the advantage of natural resources. Guys, you can remember that the Blue Forest is in Jamaica. Apart from the Blue Forest, Jamaica has a lot of waterfalls and very many rivers. Apart from that, Jamaica has a lot of caves. In other words, to sum it all, Jamaica has a very good landscape and a very wonderful tourism sites, very peculiar and unique tourism sites in Jamaica. The White River, the Black River, and the crocodiles, the specific butterfly that is only found in Jamaica. The fauna and flora of Jamaica is great. It has beautiful forests, which is actually a site for the tourism. There is also very private hotels, very wonderful private hotels in Jamaica that attracts great people into the island. And these people, don't you forget, they bring money. They make the economy of Jamaica grow. Like we saw, there were so many celebrities that arrived in Jamaica during the festive season. There were 18 private jets that landed in Jamaica. This means that who is the people that come to Jamaica because of the private hotels, private beaches, private locations where these people can go quietly and have their great time without disturbances from the outside world. And this makes Jamaica to have an advantage over other countries, and therefore that is why maybe most of the celebrities actually choose to come to Jamaica. I saw DJ Khaled. He is always in Jamaica with his family. That means that this guy really loves the island and he associates the island like a home to him. And that is why Jamaica is actually growing in terms of its GDP and in terms of its economy. Its GDP has been progressively growing by 10% of global, by 10%. So it has been seen that the GDP of Jamaica is progressively growing by 10%. Apart from that, Jamaica produces, actually is one of the largest bauxite mining country in the world. And bauxite is very, very marketable in the whole world. And therefore, Jamaica supplies bauxite to the different countries surrounding it and globally. And this places Jamaica in a very good position in terms of mining, which is actually another backbone of the economy of Jamaica. And not only bauxite, Jamaica also has mambo, and it has other minerals like gold. Oil was discovered the other day, and it is in the process of making it commercial very soon. And therefore, Jamaica has the ability to actually grow to a superpower in terms of economy, with bauxite having been the largest producer of bauxite in the whole world. It has marble, it has gold, it has oil, it has, what else? There are so many minerals, actually even zinc. It has a lot of minerals that are actually mined in Jamaica. It has shown a growth of 23 to 24 in 2023 and 2024, Jamaica growth rate was at 3%. So it was growing very progressively with a percentage of 3% growth in the economy, in the economic sector, or rather in the economy. So this is just a progressive growth, and it can see Jamaica being one of the largest country globally and in the Caribbean. Apart from that, Jamaica has done a lot of investment project. We found that it was constructing a highway, it was constructing hospitals, it was constructing a harbor, expanding it, it was expanding the airport, it was building, what are they called? Real estate, a lot of them. It was building the largest building in the Caribbean, amongst the Caribbean building. It was also progressively constructing the railway line, reviving it. And therefore, Jamaica is preparing for a lot of growth, and the government is doing a great work in terms of infrastructure, in terms of expansion of electricity, IT. We saw that Jamaica is actually doing very well in terms of IT. And therefore, it is actually preparing its people for the great growth that is going to come to its land. In terms of agriculture, we found that Jamaica has done a lot of innovations. We found that innovation in cows, innovation in the agricultural produce, how you plant, how you maintain, how you make maximum produce because of maybe the kind of fertilizers you use and so on. So it is increasing its agricultural produce very rapidly by using technology. So we saw there is a lot of innovation in terms of agriculture, and there is a lot of innovation in terms of livestock, and therefore Jamaica can really grow in terms of agriculture, which is actually another backbone of its economy. Jamaica products are very marketable abroad and also within its walls, because we are seeing that there are so many people that come to Jamaica, and therefore they need provision of fruits, provision of foods, provision of agricultural produce. And therefore, Jamaica has a lot of market internally and globally of its produce. And therefore, you can see with all this put together, Jamaica can actually grow to its next superpower. There are some reforms that are being made to make sure that Jamaica stands to be one of the economic superpower in the world. There are actually 25 reforms implemented in the last 15 years. You know, a country grows because of realizing its shortcoming and working towards it. There are people that do not realize their shortcomings. I'm sorry to say so, especially here in Africa. But Jamaica has really realized we have a problem in the number of people who are educated in our nation, and therefore we have to cater for the education system, and we make sure most people go to school and complete school so that we can have skilled manpower. So Jamaica has a lot of reforms that have been implemented in different sectors that supports economy. There are 25 reforms implemented in the last 15 years. This is a great achievement in terms of economic growth. So, with these reforms, Jamaica can find itself being one of the superpowers in terms of economy. So, there are actually quite great reforms that are happening in Jamaica. Apart from that, Jamaica is ensuring that the education sector is well supported to ensure that anybody who is willing to attend school and completes. And this is to ensure there is enough skilled labor that is going to work in the different sectors of the economic backbone so that the economy of Jamaica can grow. So they have not forgotten the education sector. They are investing a lot in terms of the education sector to ensure that Jamaicans get quality education and go through the education system so that Jamaica can get skilled labor. Apart from that, they are encouraging foreign investors. We have seen a lot of foreign investment in Jamaica. There are so many real estates that are for foreigners in Jamaica. So there is a lot of foreign investment, and this makes the country to grow and the economy to grow. And therefore, the foreign investment and also investment within has not been left behind. There is a lot of projects that are going on to create employment, and also Jamaica is also doing very well in supporting the small entrepreneurs so that people cannot be left without money. They can support the small businesses so that the lives of people can be uplifted. Like for example, the just concluded concert of Vibes Cartel really supported the small businesses a lot. And we saw even the government is ready to support the small businesses so that the economy of Jamaica can grow. And apart from that, when everybody is educated, because we are seeing that there is a lot of work going on in terms of ensuring that Jamaicans get quality education and they go through school, most of them. When a nation is educated, the crime rate reduces. So there are people who complain and say, Jamaica has a lot of crime rate. But the education caters for the crime rate, the few crimes. Because in every country, there is criminal, even here in Kenya. But the education, if people can get education and get jobs, then the crime rate reduces. Because lack of employment and lack of education actually encourages a lot of crime activities. And therefore, the government of Jamaica is ensuring the people of Jamaica goes through education, and after that, they get jobs. Because job creation is key if we are to eliminate the crime rate. With all these measures put into place, Jamaica is progressively and secretly growing to be an economic superpower. Do you believe that? If you believe that, just comment there in the comment down below and you tell us what is other measures that is being taken so that Jamaica can become an economic superpower. Thank you so much once again for watching us. See you during the next video. Bye bye and God bless.